program?
The State Children's Health Insurance Program is a very exciting initiative that was started back in 1996 when Congress decided that the federal government had to play a role in insuring our low-income children across the country. So federal dollars are sent to each of the states based on a formula, and those states use those dollars to insure the children in their states who meet the poverty level income requirements who don't have insurance.
Tell me some of the things that this program does for children in your state.
Well, for instance, children are now able to have regular healthy child visits with their doctor. They are able to go get medicine and prescription drugs when they need them. Previously, lots of families had to wait until a situation either took care of itself or it got bad enough that they had to go to the emergency room, which is an expensive way of treating medical care for children or for anybody in our state.
And how many dollars are sent to each state by the federal government?
Well, currently there are efforts to reauthorize the program, which would bring an additional $1.6 billion into Ohio.
And why is this even on the chopping block at all?
Well, it's because it's an entitlement program. It runs on its own for a certain period of time and then has to be reauthorized with additional monies. It's not looking at being cut. Luckily, both Congress and the White House believe it's an important program to be maintained. However, Congress would like to increase the funding for the program by $50 billion in order to meet the needs of those children who are eligible but not currently enrolled in the program, and hopefully to reach out to those children who could possibly be helped by the program but aren't eligible, because some states can increase the eligibility.
What do you mean when you talk about kids who are eligible but not part of the program?
The eligibility for the program is based on how much money your family makes in relation to the federal poverty level. Families making 200% of poverty or below are eligible, although states are allowed to change that figure. Some states are lower, some states are higher. And in Ohio, Governor Strickland, who was recently elected, has worked very closely with the General Assembly to try to expand our coverage from 200% to 300% of the federal poverty level, which would bring an additional 80,000 children who are currently uninsured onto the insurance rolls.
Now, given the massive deficit that the federal government is facing, why is it important to pour yet more money into another entitlement program?
Well, it's important to remember that with this particular program, it's under a pay-go rule. So Congress will have to find
What does that mean?
It means that you can't just pay for the program willy-nilly. You have to find the money, like living on a budget like we all do. They'll have to take money from another program, or they'll have to raise taxes, and all of that will be up on the chopping block. But there are a lot of areas where money's being spent that it could be spent better for children's health insurance programs. Not to mention the fact that when you have healthy children, you really do contribute long-term to the strength of communities as a whole.